Who was Thomas Hobbes? Hobbes was an English philosopher who created the 1651 book Leviathan. Leviathan is a book centered on the formulation of the social contract theory. In this book, he discusses different points and concepts, starting off with the concept of the state of nature. He calls it so because being man, our natural state is to fulfill our human desires with the scarce resources that there are, which is why it is innate that we have a somewhat barbaric nature. This anarchic condition is what Hobbes calls as a war of all against all. It is a world without rules. Nothing is prohibited and everyone can do as they please, which might sound like the best thing in the world, or a utopia. But the downside to this is that though man has unlimited freedom, they do not have any security. In other words, living in the state of nature is solitary, poor, nasty, brutish, and short. Which is why it was within Hobbes to conclude that a sovereign must be created to quit this state of nature. This sovereign is what he calls as the Leviathan, or the one who governs all. The purpose of this sovereign was to introduce a restraint among the people, to get them out of the warlike condition and to have an authority to govern them. A problem, though, regarding the abuse of power started arising. There was an assert of power with matters of faith and doctrine. It was an absolute power of rulers given by God, and anyone who questioned that authority was challenging God himself. This concept was coined as a divine right of kings. However, Hobbes pointed out that people are willing to submit themselves to political authority if there will be a benefit for them in return. Since men are naturally self-interested, Hobbes concluded that they would acknowledge the authority of the state in order to achieve a peaceful and civil society. In doing so, they are already creating a social contract, a condition wherein people would give up their natural freedom in exchange for some common security. Hobbes states that it is natural and rational for people to submit themselves in order to change the system and gain security of self-preservation. People must agree to constitute a society and surrender their natural rights and freedom in exchange for this security, and to respect a group of authority with absolute power of the sovereign.